Yo, what's going on, guys? 5-Star Magic here, and yesterday I was able to get top 48 at the Rosemont, Illinois Regional with branded Dracotail. I've been playing this deck for a very long time, and I really enjoy it and really happy with the performance. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. So, for the Spellcaster, it's pretty standard, 3-5 mana, really strong card, just everyone knows it's broken. 3 Lucius, of course, and the 1 Frixel. Anyone who says this card's bad is just wrong. This card is absolutely cracked. It can be pretty bad in your opening hands unless you just open the absolute nuts, but this lets you bridge into Branded very easily, or from Branded to Dracotail. And being able to just like reborn like Lucius and get the effect, or get a 5 mana back to hand, or summon Malulu and then get a fusion, like mid to late game, this just literally wins you games. And usually you want to summon off of like Sanctifier, or not Sanctifier, well, you could do Sanctifier or Secretarian, really. For the dragons, 3 Malulu, of course, this card is the absolute nuts. 2 Pan, 2 Urgula. When I first started playing the deck, I did 2-2, just because I wanted the variety. If you open like Pan and Urgula, you just feel like you're always winning. At the start of Dude format, I switched to 3 Pan, 1 Urgula, just because I felt the Pan pop was more relevant. And then I dropped this down to 1 when Fallen the Virtuous came out. For this region, I decided to do 2-2 just because it's really nice having a high engine count. And also, you don't know what you're going to really be playing against. The 2 Urgula is really nice in the mirror. Thankfully, I didn't play the mirror. Normally, I really like mirror matches, but because I'm not on Fallen the Virtuous, the mirror match feels really bad for me. And so I went 2-2. The thing is, a lot of people, you'll see like every sort of ratio with this. You'll see like 1-1, even up to 3-3. It's kind of crazy. 2-2 just felt really comfortable to me. Yeah, nothing else to really say about that. And then, of course, the 1 Fallen of Albaz. Didn't play like Cartesia or anything in the main. You could main Cartesia. She's really good. But the 1 Fallen of Albaz is really all you need. I only resolved this card I think like once, but yeah, you have to play it. And then on to a big reason of why the deck is so crazy is the amount of hand traps you can play. So pretty standard, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, and then the Charmies, 3 Fua, 3 Prulia, and 3 Droll. So Ash, Nib, and Fua, these are all like self-explanatory. I don't really need to explain these. I decided to cut Bells and like Magnum up from the main, just because at the previous regional I went to, I found those cards were good, but they weren't like game ending. I really wanted more cards that could just end game straight away. And so my main concern going into this regional was Maliss, Mitsu, and VS Canine. And so I decided to add in Droll and Prulia, since these cards are all like pretty solid against those matchups overall. I mean, Prulia not so much into Maliss, but I mean, game 1 it can draw you a couple cards. And these felt really good. Like there were so many times I would draw like Fua and Prulia, or like Droll, and they're just absolutely insane. I drew like so many cards. Droll just shut people down. And the nice thing about Droll too is it's a spellcaster, so even if you draw like multiple Drolls, oftentimes I'll just fuse them away and make like Mysterion, Secretarion, and it was the absolute nuts. So yeah, these cards, 15 hand traps, 18 if you count 5 mana. Absolutely insane. I think it's like a 95% chance to open at least one of them. Really good. For the spells, super standard. Everyone should be on this. 3 Rahu, 3 Kitu, 2 Brand Fusion. I think for the first like 5 or 6 rounds, I never saw this card. I was like basically playing pure Dracotail for the whole day. Very fun. Obviously, if you play Fallen the Virtuous, that card is a really nice way to get into Brand Fusion. Shout out to my boy Ollie, actually, for getting me to test that card out. And I did really, really enjoy it. I think it is very powerful. It's just a board breaker to that extent just doesn't... Like in the previous regional against like Mitsu and stuff, when I had Fallen the Virtuous, it felt impactful, but basically I felt like if I had Droll or Prulia or something, I would probably win. So in the future, I would like to play Fallen the Virtuous if I can, but right now I just feel like it's not impactful enough to the same extent that like the hand traps are. And then traps, Flame, Horn, Sting. If you're not playing all 3 in the main, you are crazy. Basically, Flame is like good against 99% of decks, I would say. These two vary. There are some matchups where it's like not so good, which is kind of why you just want to play all three, just so you cover all your bases. Going first, most of the time, these are all really good. Going second, you can maybe side out Horn or Sting, depending on the matchup. Usually you want to keep in all, or at least two. You can maybe side, like I remember Gem Knight online, I've sided out two before, depending. But yeah, really standard. 41 cards. Ideally I'd play 40, I just didn't really know what to cut. Onto the extra deck. Super standard. 3 Arthalion, 1 Golemel. As long as you manage your resources, the second one doesn't really come up. There are times where I was like, second one would be kind of nice, but usually you're just winning anyways. Or if you are losing, it's not because of not having a second Golemel, so that's all you really need. For the branded cards, Albion, Lubellion, Sanctifier, Mirror Jade. These cards, like I said, I didn't really see the branded stuff too much. I think I made Lubellion once to out I think I used it to out Retaliating Sea, where you go like make Lubellion, then fuse away, make Chaos, pop Retaliating Sea. Never made this. Made this I think twice, and it did win me one game, which I used it against VS K9, basically fused away their rock and my Fallen Abas to make this, and then use this to banish the Jokul, which was huge. But yeah, I didn't really see the branded cards too much, but I mean, they're good when you do see them. For the other cards, Secretarian, Mysterion, Chaos, Feel Regis, shout out to Peeps, played him. He was on Enneacraft and he got 30th, so I wasn't upset that I lost him, to be honest. I got him signed this. Super cool guy. Didn't make Feel Regis all day though. This card is super, super good though. I definitely would not cut it. It's just one of those things where sometimes you just don't make it for whatever reason, just depends on the situation, but it is really good. Chaos, super good for outing Retaliating Sea and just breaking apart boards. Secretarian, good in the mirror. I played Tenpai round 9. Shout out to him, that opponent. He was really, really cool. But this card also really helps you in the grind game, just to be able to reborn like Frixel, or even you can reborn like a Panner Arthalion if you want to push for game. Mysterion, this card was freaking amazing, because I played against 2 VS K9s at the end, and this card just being able to like break their boards and not letting them go into like Ripper and stuff is just so important. This card is absolutely insane. It's also really good into Yummy. Did not play against a single Yummy player though. But yeah, I would not cut this card at all. And then on to the cards that could have been literally anything. Cross Sheep, Seals, and Spirit. These cards are good. I did not make them all day though, maybe because I'm bad, I don't know. But this card used to be Little Knight. I cut Little Knight because I think Little Knight's overrated. It's one of the best link 2s in the game, and Dracotail, it's kind of whatever. I think Cross Sheep allows you to make more combo plays. But yeah, I never made it. Maybe I'll test it more. And Seals, it's good, but honestly, with the new Dracotail fusion coming out, with the new branded stuff coming out in general, probably going to be cutting down the links and playing more fusions, but these cards in theory are good, just they never came up. Onto the side deck, 3 Lancia. You have to play this. I played against 1 Maliss. Shout out to Lucia. She was really, really good. Very, very good match. I think I could have won it, but just couldn't quite get there. But yeah, you need this for Maliss. It's also good into like if you play against like a Mitsu Orcust or like K9 Orcust or whatever, which I did resolve this against K9 Orcust, but sadly still lost just because he had like all the K9 stuff. Yeah, Maliss is just way too broken. Konami, please kill the deck. And then we have more Charmies, 3 Meows, mainly for like Mitsu Yummy. There was one game where I like bricked on a ton of hand traps, but I was able to still win because Meows just drew me like 2 cards, and I was just able to go off break his board, and he couldn't do anything. 3 Veiler. This is mainly for the mirror. I actually sided in against pure Mitsu because I didn't know what he was on, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna throw in Veiler because I thought it was maybe the mirror match. And he went normal Saji, I chained Veiler, and he just sets 2 passes. I'm like, good enough for me, I guess. Veiler's also cool because it's a light spellcaster, so you can also Branded Fusion, fuse away this for Sanctifier, and then you can add this back off of Arthalion. Not like the most insane play, I know, but it does sometimes come up, and it is kind of nice. But yeah, this is also just a really good card against like rogue decks and stuff. Like it's always a card that like if you don't know what to side in, Veiler's pretty solid. And then 2 Bell, 1 Magnemite. Would have loved to have played 3 Bell, just down the room. Like I said, didn't play against any Dracotail, and didn't play against any Yummy. So this didn't come up too much. I think I resolved it once all day against the Primite Fiendsmith Mitsu player, which was pretty good. And then Magma, of course, is just a really good solid, kind of like a similar to Bell, but this can like really fix your hands. And it's a Dark Dragon, so you can fuse it away, make chaos, and very, very good card. And then going first cards, 2 Cartesian, 1 call by. You're pretty much, I think, always siding these in going first. Sometimes you side these in going second if you think your opponent's on a retaliating scene. You really can't afford to lose it to that. Round 9 against Tenpai, I did a really cool play where I normaled this first, and then I think I activated this, or I Rahu'd, he Ashed, and then I went Cartesian Fuse. He tries to imperm this. I Mana Fuse this away to make, I think, Secretarion, and then this still resolves, and I make Orthalion, and I'm just winning hard. This card is absolutely insane. Maybe play 3 in the future, depending on how they hit the deck. Call by, absolutely broken, obviously. Didn't see it all day, but I mean, when you do see it, it's crazy. And so yeah, that's the deck. My only losses today yesterday were against Enneacraft, against Peeps, Maliss, and then Canon Orcust, which Canon Orcust, honestly, I think I should have won. I was just really tired, and game 1 I really fumbled. Maybe I would have lost still overall, but it's fine. We went 6-3. I think I'll post all the matchups and die rolls and what happened in the description or something. But shoutouts, shout out to, of course, my boy John. We play tested a ton Friday. He was on VSK9, which honestly I lost a lot against him because I kept bricking. There was one game where I drew like 2 Droll, 2 Prulia, and the Prulias drew into like Fuas, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know, I had like 2 Nib, it was bad, and drew like 3 Ash, and yeah. But thankfully, again, in the regional, I drew the absolute nuts against my VSK9 opponents, and because of all that playtesting against VSK9, I kind of knew what to do. I knew what Holy Suit did and all that stuff, so that was amazing. Also, shout out to my boy Ali for, testing out with the deck and telling me different things on what to maybe do a little bit with like Fallen the Virtuous. Again, didn't play Fallen the Virtuous, but that really did help out with a lot of my testing for prior tournaments. Shout out to Ty. He also plays Dracotail. We've done a lot of theory crafting with the deck and the side deck and main deck, and we've played similar lists in the past, so huge shout out to him. And then shout out to my boy Zach, my boy Tsing Hung, who plays Master Duel. Shout out to my parents and all my other friends and family that I'm not thinking of or mentioning. But yeah, I'm really excited to go to Nats. Hopefully it's not too far away. Haven't been to Nats in like 8 years. Yeah, Dracotail's a really fun deck. I really like the format. I know some people don't like it, but I think it's been pretty fun comparatively to Snake Eyes and Raizo Mitsu, so, or Raizo Maliss. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.